Hi guys, it's Hannah and welcome back to a game of Fangs and Thrones. Now, apologies for my absence. I'm not going to get into it in this video. Just have to know that things got a bit on top of me, but I'm back and ready to go. Now, today's video, as you can tell, is a TBR game. This is a bit of a prototype, but we'll just have to bear with it, and any prompts or suggestions that you can give would be gratefully appreciated as well. Just leave them in the comments down below. So the basis of this game is I have my cards. I'm going to pick a card, and whatever card I pick up correlates to a prompt, which I've got here. And again, this hopefully won't be forever. This is just while I'm working out how I want my game to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the cards first, then come back to you once I've had a think about which books fit each prompt. So we'll do another quick shuffle just to be on the safe side. And in case anybody is interested, these are the Wicked Hearts cards that I got in a Fairy Loot. I think, yeah, it was a Fairy Loot box. I think it was the October-November one, and they are designed by Ars28. That's at ARZ28. So we'll just so first card, if it's going to focus, is a 2 of Spades. No, it's not. It's a 2 of Clubs. Sorry, 2 of Clubs, which is book that's been on the TBR the longest. So that is quite a chunky book. So I'm gonna pick 3. I think I'm gonna pick 5. See how it goes. So card number 2 is the Queen of Diamonds, and she's looking very fierce there. So that's a Kindle book. Next one is the Jack of Diamonds. I swear I shuffled these. And that is sequel, which makes it nice and easy. And what I'm going to do, I don't want another diamond. I'm just going to quickly shuffle these again. Right. So we have King of Diamonds. These cards, man. Okay, so the prompt for this one was booktube darling. So that, and for me, that means a book that was hyped and has stuck around, or I've seen, or is not necessarily a hyped book, but I have seen a few booktubers really highly enjoy it. So we'll pick one more, I think, and that is the 3 of Diamonds, which is an illuminicrate book. So I'm just gonna quickly find out which prompts fit which book. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my 5 books. Well, 4 and my Kindle. So we'll quickly run through them. So and I've forgotten which prompts were which again. Right, so King of Diamonds was booktube darling, and this one I've picked up the 5th season by NK Jemisin. Now, with them, I'm counting this as booktube darling because I've seen lots of reviews about NK Jemisin's work in general, and she seems to be very well received, very well loved in the booktube sphere. So I've picked up the 5th season. This is the way the world ends for the last time. It starts with the Great Red Rift across the heart of the world's sole continent, spewing ash that blocks out the sun. It starts with death, with a murdered son and a missing daughter. It starts with betrayal and long dormant wounds rising up to fester. This is the stillness, a land long familiar with catastrophe, where the power of the earth is wielded as a weapon, and where there is no mercy. So what I know about this one is that it is the first in a trilogy. It's the first in the Broken Earth trilogy. and we have these people who can control the weather or have some sort of magical ability, and they are ostracized from the people who can't, and the world is coming to an end. So don't really know much about that one, but we'll put that one on the TBR. The next prompt was for the Queen of Diamonds, which was a Kindle book, and I have my Kindle here, and I've decided to go for Bloodlines by Richelle Mead. Now this is the spin-off of the Vampire Academy series, and with the Bloodlines I believe we follow Sydney, who is an alchemist who we met briefly in the main series, and just interested to see how the alchemists play into that world, and see if we see any of the characters like Rose or Lissa from the main series, and we'll see how that goes. Then we have the Jack of Diamonds, which was sequel, and don't hate me, but I'm going to pick up the Wicked King, which I have not yet read. I'm not going to talk too much about it because it's one of those books that could probably have fit BookTube Darling as well, but I'm just going to quickly run through. Now this is the sequel to The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I've read Cruel Prince, quite enjoyed it, gave it a 4 stars. Don't quite see the hype for this book, but we'll see what I think going into it. It just looks like that under the dust jacket, because I think these are illuminicrate special edition dust jackets. But yeah, we have that, and obviously this picks up after the end of the events of Cruel Prince, and again it's a sequel, so I don't really want to talk too much about it. Then for Two of Clubs, we had a book that's been on TBR the longest, and that is The Lord of the Rings Part 1, The Fellowship of the Rings. These are actually my dad's copies that I stole, and they are mass market. Got no problem with mass market paperbacks, but the text is tiny. And I always get to the same part on this book and just don't give up and just don't get any further. So we'll push through and see what happens. And this is a classic fantasy by J R R Tolkien. We follow Frodo, who is the Hobbit in Hobbiton in the Shire. He's tasked with getting rid of the... first of all, he's tasked with getting the ring to Riverdale. Or Riverrun. Always get the two mixed up. Which is home of the elves, and they then form a fellowship to take the ring back to Mordor and destroy it. So I have seen the films, so it'll be interesting to see how the book and the film compare. Then for the last one, which was the Three of Diamonds, which was an illuminicrate book, I picked up Deadly Education by Naomi Novik, which is lesson 1 of the Scholomance. This I have heard mixed reviews about, because I know there was some sensitivity issues with portrayal issues of how a certain character is portrayed, so I am wary of that a little bit going in. But from what I know about this, I'll just read the blurb. Enter a school of magic unlike any you've ever encountered. There are no teachers, no holidays, friendships are purely strategic, and the odds of survival are never equal. Once you're inside, there are only 2 ways out: you graduate or you die. Elle Higgins is uniquely prepared for the school's many dangers. She may be without allies, but she possesses a dark power strong enough to level mountains and wipe out untold millions, never mind easily destroy the countless monsters that prowl the school. Except she might accidentally kill all the other students too. So Elle is trying her hardest not to use it. That is, unless she has no other choice. With flawless mastery, Naomi Novik creates a heroine for the ages, a character so sharply realised and so richly nuanced that she will live on in hearts and minds for generations to come. And just look at these end papers. Just run on that side as well. Now, I have read Spinning Silver, and I've rated it about 3 stars, so I'm kind of on the fence on whether I like this one or not, but it's just gorgeous with the yellow on the blue, and then we have the design underneath the dust jacket, if I can get the cover off. If I can get the dust jacket off. So then it says, the Scholomance isn't a forgiving place, along the spine, and then we have the icon from the dust jacket embossed in gold on the blue hardcover. This one isn't signed, but we do have the author letter embossed, actually put into the book. So we'll see how I get on with these ones, because you know, we like a challenge. So I'll see you in the next one, and happy reading.